So the other thing I thought I'd do while I was here, because some people find it interesting, I've not really been tempted to do one before, but this is a bit different, as in it's a camping trip and it's as much about that as photography, and people do get interested in what's in these things. So I thought I would do a what's in my bag. I'll dig it all out and you can see what I've carried in on this trip. The all up weight for this is about 18 kilos. That included water, food and a gas canister and some snacks. Let's start with these. This is a big collapsible water bottle. I carry that empty, and then with the water filter I fill that up, so that's effectively camp water, so that's for hot drinks, food tonight and tomorrow morning. I generally carry this full. It sits on the sternum strap and it's easy access. It's just a half litre, but I don't mind stopping, especially around here. Normally water's easy enough to come by, so I don't see the point in carrying lots and lots of it. It's just weight on my back that I don't need. So rather than carrying a reservoir or a bladder, I carry that. In addition to that, for water, I also got this. Again, that was filled further along when I filled the other canteen. This is another collapsible water bottle. It collapses flat, so it takes up no room in the bag. Keep it in a side pocket, and it's there for when you want to add it. Because water was so far away today, I filled this as well as that, so even if I use all of that tonight, I know I've got water to put in a water bottle, which will see me off the hill into the river, which is just at the foot of the path. Other things in this side pocket: water filter I was using to do them, so that's the Sawyer squeeze. I also have the MSR trail shot, which to be honest I find a bit easier to use, but I wanted to bring that and give it a try. Got a compass here. I just attach it onto this side loop. It's easy to get my hands on. A couple of Cliff Bars as snacks. A bit of rubbish. Stick that back in. In addition to that, I also have, not that I really think I'll need it, I get a tribble, just in case you get caught short, but that can stay in there. In this pocket I have my main tripod. If I can get it out. It's a Benro Mach 3. If you want the exact model, it's the TMA 38CL, and I've put spikes on for this trip, mainly just because I know that there's what the grounds can be like here for heather, so I can get that in and it's nice and secure. What else do I have in here? Tent pegs are quite important. Keep them separate from the tent, which is here in the lower part of the bag. Just split everything out. It makes this a bit easier because it's fully compressible at that point. And that's just my specs for when I take my contact lenses out. Into the top panel, or top pocket now, ND filters for the drone controller, sitting in a hard shell. As much for protection and a bit of weatherproofing as anything. I have had that in the past, rattling around loose. Although these weigh a bit more, I prefer to have them a bit more protected. In this little pouch, got a spare drone battery and a power bank for recharging my phone. Phone's pretty useless out here at the moment. There's absolutely no signal, but it's an alarm clock and I need it to fly the drone, so I've got that to recharge things tonight. Next out is the drone itself. Again, another hard case. It's just my Mavic Pro. The case was again just bought for knock protection. It's not going to stop anything serious happening to it, but it's enough that I don't worry about it, especially since it's here, and also it gives it a little bit of weather protection. Should I get a shower of rain, it's sitting in that rather than just underneath this. Also in the top, carry my first aid kit. It's in this little pouch, fairly waterproof, and it's the bare essentials for something like this, so I can make sure that I'm okay. So that's the top bit there. Underneath we've got this mesh panel, and in that I carry a few bits of food and cooking stuff. So I've got my spoon, be using that very shortly. I've got a little Leatherman. It's a pair of pliers and a couple of screwdrivers, so it means that if things get bent or I need I've got something to help. Head torch, couple of my food, some of my food, a couple of packets of porridge, so that's one of them will be breakfast tomorrow. I actually carry a couple of these fruit pouches. My son loves them. I find that they're quite good and stuff like this. It's just fruit and they're easy to carry, no mess, and they're a nice sort of dessert after eating a proper meal. So I've got two just in case, maybe one tomorrow to go with my porridge, and one for this evening. And this is my little windshield. It's an Alp kit concertina. You just put it round the stove on a windy day. It's probably not really needed today because there's hardly a breath of wind up here. Next we've got into the front pouch, so waterproof trousers, probably didn't really need to bring them today at all. A hat and a pair of gloves. Again, not strictly necessary now, but you never generally know what you're going to get when you're up and in here. Even although the forecast was good, I didn't want to end up in here and curse that I didn't bring the appropriate gear. And the last thing, second thing, waterproof jacket. And then I've got printouts of my maps. I've got a subscription to the OS maps online, so I just print these off when I need them, and I've just got these so I can use these with my compass rather than a full paper map, but I do have a full map inside the pack as well. Then at the bottom here is my tent. It's an Alp kit Ordnance 2, a nice lightweight backpacking tent. Again, for these sort of conditions it's ideal. Keeps the weight down in the bag and gives me plenty of room rather than a little one-man tent, so I've got lots of room to spread all this gear out. We go into the main compartment. I can get this untwisted. At the top I am carrying this. It's just a light insulated pull-on. Don't really need it today, but the midges are starting to appear, and despite having midge repellent on, they're still kind of interested, so I might just pull that on to cover up my arms. And also I've had a full day in the sun, so probably won't go on this. Next I have cookware. So I've got a bowl and my kettle. Inside the kettle got a stove, and there's a lighter and the fire steel in there. Should the lighter fail, I can use that. So they all pack quite snugly together. Little bottle of milk. I like milk with my tea, so carry that. Insulated mug for my cups of tea. Inside there I've got my tea bags. Probably got more than I actually need on this trip. But it's nice and small. Don't need a big cup of tea. Doesn't take up a lot of room. My gas canister for the stove. The first piece of photography kit. Filters. I've taken a few out just because I know I don't really need them. So I've kind of kept it to the bare minimum. So that's the filter holder, adapter ring, and the filters that I feel that I'll require for this trip. So that's that. If I could think of a way of maybe cutting down the weight in that, I probably will. Next is my food. Got a selection, spare one just in case, but breakfast tomorrow, scrambled egg. I get these two, one of these will be dinner, ours will pasta bolognese or Moroccan chicken couscous, depending on what I feel like. Next I have my camera gear. I use this, it's an f-stop ICU, it's the Pro Small, and inside this I have a rain cover for the camera should it be needed. I've got my 5D4 body. I have a carry strap which I can also add on to this using these wee clips, so I can just carry this if I want rather than carrying the whole bag plus a tripod. Underneath that I have my 70-200 f4. I think I'd said a couple of videos ago, I'll stick a link up here. I just bought it, it was when I was down on the beach at Aberdeen. I also already have the f2.8 version, but let's just say on a trip like this is so much nicer. And then in addition, the only other lens I've got is my 24-70. Up here, 24 is wide enough, and to be honest, even at that, it's probably too wide. So this is ideal. The only other little things are spare battery for the 5D. I've got a little bubble level. Spare battery for the camera that I'm filming this on. I've got a blower and some lens cloths, and I also, in addition, have some spare memory cards and some lens wipes in there as well. So that all neatly fits in like so. Nice neat little package, and it slots into the middle. The only downside when you're using these sort of bags, I know people use the f-stop bags and I did have one myself, I just found that it never worked for me, it was never comfortable. These hiking backpacks for this sort of stuff are far better. But yeah, in order to get this, you've kind of got to dump everything out the top of the bag, so it's not ideal, but the comfort of the bag more than makes up for it. Next I have my full-size map should it be needed. Then again I've got my little sort of personal hygiene thing. It's got toothbrush, toothpaste, some soap, and I've also got a roll of tissues, nose or otherwise. Next one down is a dry bag that contains spare clothes. Again, it's such a nice day that it's not really going to be required, but I'd rather have it. So in here I've got a down jacket, I've got a pair of long johns, a spare pair of socks, and I've got a long sleeve top, just so I can do a sort of change should I get wet, and you get into the tent you can get all the wet stuff off and pull on some drier stuff and still be comfortable. So that's that. And the last sort of two items, I have my sleeping mat. This is a Sea to Summit ultralight insulated. I've got a couple of others which are the self-inflating ones, and they're a wee bit heavier, but this is actually better insulated and lighter, and it's quite comfortable. It's a bit noisier, admittedly, for sleeping on, but handily it has its own inflation method down this end, so it kind of helps. So there's that, and last but not least, inside here, I've got a bag liner, which means that I know all of this stuff will stay dry even within the bag, assuming even if it gets wet. So that's the last item that I keep in. That's my sleeping bag. It's a Sea to Summit Spark 3, so it's their sort of more, it's got the lowest temperature rating of the Spark series. It's nice and light. My other sleeping bags are more 4-season use, and that's actually maybe a point I should make. All of this gear, tent, sleeping bag, pretty much rated for 3-season, nothing more. I just accept that if I was going to do something like this in winter, I'd be carrying more kit, or I'd have to sacrifice like the drone or whatever. The other thing in here, I've got my tent pole. It sits down the sides, and I've got a midgie hat, which I might have to put on if the midges are in to go by at the moment. And sorry, last but not least, that's the footprint for the tent. Such a lightweight tent that I felt it was worthwhile buying the footprint for it, because it gives it a bit of protection, especially in ground like this, which is less than ideal for pitching a tent at times, because it's not exactly a meadow. As for the bag itself, this is, remove the tent. This is an Osprey Exos 48. It's a lightweight backpacking bag, so 48 litres. It's fully framed. It's got this nice sprung back to make sure that the bag stays well off your back to try and keep you dry. So that's it. I thought that you'd probably maybe want to see what was in here, especially on this sort of trip. If you have any questions about any of the gear, or you'd like to know a bit more about it, then feel free to leave a comment below and ask away. I will do my best to answer them. I think it's time to sit down and enjoy the evening.